It's coming on 9:30 on October 9th, 2023, and I'm headed to Wilmington, Delaware to work on a project for ParentCamp. I'll probably stop a couple of places along the way between here and there. But in the meantime, I left home about 6:15 this morning, pulled out of the driveway, and it's been a very pretty, uneventful drive. It's a nice fall day. Looking forward to this week. It's 9:54 and I just passed into West Virginia. I didn't realize I was going to be traveling into West Virginia today. I thought I was going to be in Ohio all the way until I got to Pennsylvania. So, an unexpected surprise. And just like that, we're out of West Virginia and into Pennsylvania. It's 10:06. It's 12 o'clock and I made a quick detour to the United 93 Memorial. It was just a few minutes off the highway, and I thought, well, while I'm here, I might as well stop and pay my respects. It's 1:05 and I'm just leaving the United 93 Memorial. I expected it to be like a cemetery, but the thing that was jarring was that there was a family of that had several kids. Most of them were younger than my two girls, and they were running around and screaming and jumping, and they kept asking where the airplane was. And oh, no, honey, there's not an actual airplane here. I don't know if it made me feel old so much as it just put into perspective something that I remember vividly. It's definitely something I would visit again if I were in the area. I don't think I would do the 6 hours just to come here. But if I was ever in the area again, I would definitely stop, and I would allot more time. There were several miles of walking trails as well. It was a little chilly and windy today, and frankly, I didn't allot the time. I didn't realize there'd be 3 or 4 miles of walking trails. I would have loved to have done some of the trails and sat on the benches and maybe written in my notebook, but again, I just didn't allot the time, didn't realize what all was going to be there. Back on the road, just under 200 miles to go to Wilmington. It's 5:07 and I've finally gotten into Delaware. I was starting to think I would never get here. Looks like I'm about 6 miles away from our rental house. So it's 5:24. I've made it to the rental house. I'm going to go in and kind of get settled and then see what I can get into this evening before 3.5 days of interviews. What are we doing?
We are stuffing Dunkin' Donuts little sleeves with gift cards for all our interviewees for ParentCamp. We just spent 3 days at 5 Delaware schools listening to family, school, and community members talk about their ParentCamp experiences. I've learned that the human soul yearns to connect with each other. It has been like roller coaster. My heart has been like racing in the best way, but like it's gonna take me a week to come down off this. It has been the biggest honor of my life to hear this and to see the joy and the love and the community building and the rebuilding of the village, and finally really the hope. I can't even process the things that I've heard because it's on overload. And Will here behind the camera, I've learned a lot from him, and I feel so blessed for ParentCamp to have him doing the videos and asking the questions and just leading this process with great videography.
All right, we're very tired and very hungry.
Yes.
Anything else?
No. Cheers. More pizza.
I'll do better next week.
That's what I say all the time. Well, so here we are all together.
Except for not all of us.
But I mean, all of
Let's
us.
give a moment of silence to people that are not here
No,
first.
let's first of all talk about ourselves. We are gathered here today
On this daily bread.
This thing we call life. And it's electric.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to celebrate.
To get through this thing all right. That she's lost her mind.
So,
Okay, first of all, first thing we do when we get back to the house, braid each other's hair.
It is 8 o'clock. I'm just pulling out of our neighborhood in Newark, Delaware, and holy mackerel, what a 3-day marathon it's been. I knew we were going to be busy. We had 8 interviews scheduled for each day. We had 3 13 or more hour days in a row. We've done 27 interviews in 6 locations over the course of 3 days. Plus we had 2 events. It's surreal. It doesn't feel like it happened. And it was so much fun. It was so much fun being with Laura and getting to learn about her. And I like to think that she enjoyed the conversations as much as I did. And just learning about ParentCamp, doing all these interviews and hearing from people and seeing the boots on the ground reality of what this program, this organization brings to schools, brings to parents, brings to administrators. It's really cool. And it seems so simple that you get parents in a room and you let them talk and you let them connect with each other. There's no agenda, there's no trying to solve for X, it's just connecting with people and building trust. It shouldn't be revolutionary, but it is revolutionary. And I'm really excited for what these videos are going to turn out to be. I don't know what they're going to be yet. When I start editing them, I will figure it out, or they will show me what they want to be. Chris Lehman, who works for the Delaware Department of Education, we were supposed to interview him today, but something happened to where he couldn't. It's been my plan since Monday to go to Bethany Beach, which is a couple of hours south of here. And I mentioned it to Julie last night, and it turns out that's where Chris lives, or he lives 10 minutes away. So I'm actually on my way to Bethany Beach to meet Chris to do our final interview. So it's just wild the way that this has all worked out. Well, it's a little after 2:30 on Friday the 13th of October, and I am officially done with the interviews and recordings of ParentCamp. Now it's just to get home and begin the editing process and writing and figuring out what these videos are going to be that we spent so much work and time gathering this week. I am in a town whose name I can't pronounce. It's Rehoboth, so Rehoboth. I love this little hotel that I'm in, and I love the fact that there's actual physical keys, and I'm in room number 6. It's called the Ocean Glass Inn, and when I came in, they had this little tray set up of goodies, a little succulent. I wonder if I can take that home with me. A little handwritten note. When I want a beachside hotel, this is exactly what I want. It's 6 blocks from the beach, from the boardwalk there, and apparently I'm here during Jazz Fest. I'm going to change my clothes and go exploring. The last time I saw this ocean, I was looking at it from the other direction. We were in Galway and Cliffs of Moher and looked out over the Atlantic Ocean. I made it a point to get to Ireland's west coast because I've seen the Atlantic Ocean a few times, but it's always been looking to the east. And I really wanted the experience of looking at the Atlantic Ocean, looking from the west. It's Saturday, October 14th. I pulled out of the Ocean Glass Inn a little after 7 o'clock this morning, and I'm about an hour later than I would have wanted to leave. I made the conscious decision to sleep an extra hour. It's just now getting to be 8 o'clock, and I just drove into Maryland. My next stop, I'm headed to Washington, D.C. It's 9:20 and I just pulled into the District of Columbia. I have 6 miles to go to the National Mall, but it looks like there's pretty heavy traffic, but it looks like I'll be to the National Mall in about 20 minutes. I'm leaving Arlington National Cemetery after a minor miscommunication. All the roads around here are kind of one way, and I just kind of got swept up with traffic, and I got past the National Mall and wound up at the cemetery, and there was really no place to turn around. And I asked the gentleman manning the station, and I said, he said, are you here to visit the cemetery? I said, well, no, I'm hoping to go to the National Mall. I was trying to find a place to park, but I'm kind of lost, and I wound up here. He said, oh, well, you can park here in our parking lot. It's $3 an hour. I said, okay, well, I parked, and then got out, walked up to the entrance, and there's no pedestrian access to the road and back to the National Mall. So I turned around and I'm trying to make my way back to the National Mall as we speak. It's kind of cold, it's a little rainy, so I might be content with just saying, there it is. It does seem, though, that about every fourth driver is also lost and confused. I've seen a lot of what are most likely illegal U-turns, because it seems like, so far, my experience in Washington, D.C. is you can't get there from here. I thought I was finally on my way to the National Mall. I got veered off on some side street. Now I can kind of see it through the trees over there, but the initial thoughts, the Washington Monument's a lot shorter than I had thought it would be, and the Lincoln Memorial is a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Now the question is, will I actually be able to stop and get out and walk around a bit? I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't care. I'd like to get out and take a picture, but if I'm going to have to spend 45 minutes driving around trying to just get to where I want to be, then I'm just going to go home. DC was kind of a bust. I didn't anticipate how hard it was going to be to park. I got to see the Capitol building from the car. I got to see the Washington Monument from the car. I got to see the National Mall, the Lincoln Memorial, the reflecting pool. I got to see all that from the car. I just didn't get an opportunity to get out of the car. But I am certain with the girls, we will be back here. In the meantime, I'm on the highway. I don't really know where I am. I must be in Virginia, but I don't remember seeing any signs or notifications that I left DC and entered Virginia. But I have to be in Virginia by now, on my way to I-70 to take that west. It's a little before noon, and I just entered Maryland, and I thought I had been in Maryland, so I don't know where I was. I'm assuming Virginia. I really don't know, and it is incredibly foggy, so I'm going to cut this one short. It's 1:10, and I just got into West Virginia. I stopped 70 miles ago for gas, and I was going to get lunch, but there was only a gas station at the exit, and the gas station didn't have any food. And now I'm in the mountain region, so I don't think I'm going to have anything to eat until I get to my next destination around 4 o'clock. It is 4:54. I just pulled into Ohio. I didn't realize Point Pleasant was right next door to Ohio, so we are finally back in Ohio, and then I need to drop off all these mums once I get back to the Florence and Union area. So all things considered, I should be home by 8:30. All right, here we are at Julie's house, dropping off Julie's mom. Just put it there. Stop number 2. Hopefully this is Kristen's house, because I'm in a very long, what appears to be private driveway. So hopefully I'm not trespassing. There's the
This Amazon package, we'll just leave that right there. Alright. I've been betrayed by a dog. So hopefully this is Kristen's house and not someone to come out and shoot me. And stop number 3. This should be Pat. Oh, you know, the thing about mums is they are very, very pretty. I like mums a lot, but they smell horrible. I hate how mums smell. Just hate it. And I've spent the last 13 hours in a car with these awful, terrible smelling flowers.
All right, that's it. We're pretty much in the home stretch. Headed for home. Be there in about 5 minutes.